Listen, fellas, it's tough being a man. I have made a couple videos and I talked about how difficult it can be just being a man because there's a lot that comes into play when it comes to being a man. First of all, we as men, we have expectations that we put on ourselves, right? Society overall has expectations that they put on men. Women have expectations that they put on a man. So, as a man, we're expected to meet everybody's expectations. And let me explain something to you. You will not be able to meet everybody's expectations, okay? They're going to say, as a man, you got to do this. And as a man, you need to be this. And men don't do this. And men, you don't know what to do. Am I supposed to do this? Am I not supposed to do that? What's going on? Let me explain something to you. First and foremost, being a man comes from within you. Forget about everybody else's expectations of you, okay? Being a man is it starts internal. It starts within you. Don't worry about what everybody else's expectations are. They expect you to do this and run over here and do that, and you gotta this and you gotta that. It all starts within you. And I'm gonna tell you one thing that you must have in order for you to be viewed as a man. I'm not talking about real man this and real men do this. Forget about the real. I'm talking about internally within you. One of the things, one of the traits, or one of the characteristics that you need to have to be viewed as a man. That is emotional intelligence. Guys, there are several layers or several components when it comes to you being emotionally intelligent, and one of them is having self-control. Listen, guys, I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that as a man you don't have emotions. It's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that as a man you're not supposed to have emotions, and I'm not saying as a man you're not supposed to express yourself. But as a man, you must be able to have a level of control when you are expressing yourself. Listen, I get it. Okay? As we go through life as men, our level of responsibilities rise, right? You start off, you graduate high school, it's just you. The only responsibility you really have is, finding your own place, paying rent, and buying some food. As time goes on, you make decisions, you decide to get married, have kids, buy a house with a white picket fence, you get a dog, and all of these things, right? The quote unquote American dream. As you start to live what you consider or what society considers the American dream, there are more and more responsibilities put on you as a man. There are going to be more and more expectations that people and society are going to require you to meet. Forget about all that, like I said in the beginning of the video. You have to have self-control. That's where it all starts, because your level of emotional intelligence, which includes having self-control, is going to dictate a whole lot in your life. The more self-control that you have as a man, the more in order your life will be. When you do not have order in your life, it is going to make your life difficult. More order, less difficulty. The more order you have in your life because of your level of self-control, the more order you will have in every aspect across the board. Guys, emotional intelligence is very important, and the key aspect of emotional intelligence, that not the only aspect, but a key aspect of emotional intelligence, is self-control. Listen to me. Self-control is about being able to effectively communicate what it is that you might be feeling. Let's just say you're having a conversation with somebody and you're beginning to get triggered by whatever it is that you're talking about, right? You just feel some type of way. Self control is being able to continue that conversation without acting out whatever it is that you're feeling. You ever heard the term calm, cool, collected? Do you know how to be calm, cool, collected? Because I'm telling you right now, if you don't, you're going to have a lot of issues. You're going to have a lot of problems. You're going to have problems all across all areas of your life when you're dealing with other people, both men and women. I know I talk a lot about relationships and dealing with women and stuff like that. You're not going to be respected amongst women at all. So forget about your woman, looking at you as, a leader. Because if you don't have no self-control, if you can't control yourself, nobody's going to follow you. And then when it comes to other men, no men are going to deal with you in any way, shape, or form if you have no self-control, because you're considered to be dangerous. You're unstable. I personally don't even like to be around a guy who's emotional, because you never know what's going to come next. You never know when he's going to get triggered, and never know when he's going to crash out. Guys, self-control is very, very important for all you guys out there that are working on yourselves, building yourselves up to be the best version of yourself, the most masculine version of yourself. Understand self-control. When it comes to emotional intelligence, you must have self-control. I'm not saying you're not supposed to have feelings. I'm not saying you're not going to get emotional at times, but you got to keep that inside. You have to, as a man, you got to have ways to channel. You have to have ways to get those feelings out of you and not crashing out. A lot of you guys crash out, man. You hold up a whole bunch of stuff, man. You just hold it in and hold it in until you just blow up. Or you're so stuck on something that, when somebody else has a different view on it or a different perspective, you crash out simply because their perspective is different than yours. Do you understand that everybody has the right to their own opinion? Everybody has the right to their own opinion, and just because they don't agree with you doesn't mean that they're wrong. It doesn't mean that they're less intelligent. It just means that they're not you. And if you as a man cannot control your emotions, your feelings, and whatever you got going on internally to where someone on the outside can recognize that, you're, come on, guys, you're not going to get very far, and you are not in any way, shape, or form going to be respected. I'm just being 100% honest with you. Look, we have a lot of changes going on right now in the world today. A lot of new things, being put in place, and a lot of people are just scared, nervous. For what? For what? As a man, you must understand something. You are responsible for yourself, and you are responsible for your family. As long as you do whatever it is that you have to do for you and your family, what else are you so worried about? Now, listen, I get it. Everybody's concerned about what's going on in the world today. I get it. But don't let your fear cause you to crash out. I'm telling you right now, fellas, you are not going to be respected if you cannot control yourself. Self-control is very, very important. Listen, if you feel yourself getting triggered by something someone said, take a deep breath. Start learning how to do some breathing exercises. Listen, it's okay to walk away from a conversation that you're smart enough to understand you can't handle. It's not weak. It's not weak to walk away from something that you can't handle. It's actually intelligent. It's a sign of self-awareness when you can walk away from a situation that you know what, I can't handle this. I'm too triggered right now, or whatever. I don't even like using the word triggered, man, because it just, I don't know. It don't even seem like I don't know, man. For me, it don't even seem like a manly word. I don't, But I'm just saying, man, that's the only thing I could think of right now. When you feel that emotion in you, when you feel that feeling inside of you, where it's like, just walk away. Walk away. You'll be much more respected if you walk away from a conversation that you can't handle than if you crash out on a conversation that you thought you could handle. Or you know what? Some of you guys may not really understand that, don't even really understand or recognize when you are crashing out. You're not self-aware. Self-awareness is another part of emotional intelligence. So you have to be self-aware enough to understand that this is not something that I need to be talking about because of how I feel about it. Self-control is understanding that I feel some type of way about this, and so I have to handle myself in a certain way. Self-control is being able to walk away. Self-control is being able to hold your composure if you do decide to continue on with the conversation. You see, a lot of you guys aren't even emotionally intelligent enough to understand this. Guys, listen, let me tell you something, man. Once you crash out, man, depending on who you're dealing with, especially if you're dealing with other masculine men, man, there's no coming back from it. It's no coming back. I don't know, man. Maybe some guys are like, okay, I get it. I understand. You know, he was going through, but some don't. And some won't, because some understand that, you're unstable. And as a man, you're not, it's just not a good look for you to be viewed by other men as unstable. So, guys, listen, man, self-control, you got to have self-control, man. You have got to be able to control your emotions. Stop being overly emotional. Just understand not everybody's going to see it your way. Not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everybody's going to feel the way you feel. You have to understand there are maybe some things that you got going on within you that make you feel a certain way that nobody else feels because they haven't been through the things that you've been through, or they're just simply emotionally intelligent and they know how to conduct themselves. Guys, man, self-control is very, very important, all right? I'm probably going to talk a lot more about emotional intelligence because I get a lot of feedback when I do speak on it. If you're having trouble, man, being emotionally intelligent, if you're having trouble being aware of what it is that gets you in your feelings, if you get into your feelings and then you don't know how to handle it, I don't know, lock on to the channel because I'm gonna be talking about it a lot more. Okay. I'm not gonna hold y'all on this, but I am gonna have a lot more videos where I talk about it because I see now, in these times right now, you have a lot of men who are holding a lot of responsibilities. They taking on responsibilities that maybe are just too much for them, or whatever the case may be. I don't know. A lot of guys got some things going on internally that they don't know how to channel it. They don't know, how to get those things out. Maybe they don't feel as though they have somebody that they can talk to about it or whatever. But guys, self-control is very, very important, and it's key. It's key to you being an effective individual, not just a man. We expect, man, women are known to be emotional. Women lead, most women, a lot of women lead with their emotions. And it doesn't mean that they're not logical. It just, most women don't necessarily lead with logic, okay? They lead with emotion. Most men, in my opinion, should lead with logic. And that's what makes the balance, especially in a relationship. You got somebody who's emotional, you got somebody who's logical, and, or someone who leads with emotion and someone who leads with logic. And then that's kind of like the balance. Guys, if you do not have self-control and you lead with emotion, first of all, like I said, men are going to view you a certain way. Then you're going to have trouble in any and every relationship that you're in because now she's emotional, you're emotional. You see, it's not going to work. I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm going to let y'all go. I'll catch y'all on the next video. I appreciate y'all support. Keep watching. Y'all be good.